What's going on, champs and chambits? It's FireMonkey here, and the Golden Power Hour goes live a little bit later today at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time, so in today's YouTube video, we'll be telling you exactly what you should expect from this Golden Hour in Fortnite. Now, we have the actual individual weights of all the characteristics, all the sprites and everything, and then we also have the weights of, like, the gold and candy versions, so it's going to be pretty interesting, but keep in mind that the changes we actually discuss in this video will only be for 2 separate hours on today's day. So if you're watching this past Saturday, the 13th, then these most likely won't apply to you. But if you're watching it the same day that the video is actually uploaded, then this is actually important to you. And oh, look at that. We actually got a golden fire sprite just like that. Anyways, the official description for the golden hour states, extract more to get stronger during the golden hour. Drop in and extract sprites for health, shield, and stamina, and keep an eye out for more gold sprite variants, plus every extraction builds a stacking sprite level buff for the rest of the match. So it's a pretty simplistic thing, it's similar to Mastery Monday, where you had the stacking buff for your actual leveling for sprites whenever you're extracting stuff, and then on top of that we also have some extra benefits going on, such as being able to find a lot more golds. Now, to get that out of the way right now, when it comes to the golds you'll be able to find in matches, it is going to be a flat 30% chance whenever a sprite spawns to have a golden version of it. Now, we gotta keep in mind we also have candy sprites which recently got enabled in the game. Those are going to be insanely rare during the golden power hour in game because they will not have like a 30% chance or a standardized chance or anything like that, but instead they're going to have a flat 0.4% chance of spawning in the candied variant. So if you're someone out there who really wants to grab all the different sprite variants and stuff, this power hour is probably going to be one of the worst times to go for the candy versions, or I guess gummy versions, because they're just going to be insanely rare because the whole focus is going to be on those actual golden versions of them. Now, when it comes to these sprite spawn chances themselves, there is a lot of stuff that is server sided, so some of these values might be a little bit incorrect here or there, but this is a hotfix that is planned for the sprite values once everything does go live, so it would make sense if these end up being the accurate ones. It appears that the burnt peanut's going to be the most common sprite during this time, with a weight of 1.0. Now, when you calculate all of the other spawn chances, that means whenever you open up a chest, you're going to have a 12.56% chance of getting the burnt peanut sprite added to your account, or dropping from the game, right? It's going to be more common than the starter sprites in a way, if you think about it like that, which is pretty wild to think of considering this is like a collaboration sprite. Now, when it comes to every single sprite, so the water sprite, earth sprite, fire sprite, duck sprite, ghost sprite, dream sprite, aka sleepy sprite, demon sprite, punk sprite, king sprite, and the 0 point sprite, all of those are going to have the exact same spawn chance of 8.74%. So if you're someone who's been looking for a 0 point sprite, or even the golden version of the 0 point sprite, this is going to be the time for you to go ahead and log in and play during, because they will be as common as every other sprite in the game, except for, of course, the burnt peanut, which I guess they're treating as like a golden variant by making it insanely common to actually find in the game, even more so than the starters. This also means during the power hour, in both periods that they're actually live, you will be able to experience a lot more sprite variety instead of matches like this where you get the water sprite and then you get like another water sprite or whatever else. Let's see, do we got a sprite chest up here? Yes, we do. So let's see if we end up getting a water sprite or something else to kind of show you out. Oh, no, please don't. Okay, that was almost very bad. What do we get? Oh, we got a demon sprite, so that's actually not that bad. So you can see that we have a decent amount of sprite variety right now, but we get a lot of starters in the game still. They are going to be making it during that power hour, a point where every sprite, even the rarest ones, have the exact same spawn chance, and then of course the golden versions are going to be a lot more common, which is very good for people out there who want like the golden 0 point sprite, because that is the perfect time to go ahead and farm it. Now, we will also be having a gummy power hour later down the line, where the same thing's going to be happening once again. We're going to be having the gold sprites becoming very rare for that period, because the whole entire focus will be unlocking new gummy sprites. But this means if you're someone out there who wants to grab every sprite version and you want to go ahead and get it without spending that much effort stressing out, getting the millionth demon sprite without a golden version, you're going to want to wait for these power hours, and you're going to want to hope that you're available for it. I get that some people, don't have availability for these type of power hours because of work, or they're in different regions or whatever. I think in some cases, like in EU, some of these things happen at like 10 p.m. their time or whatever, so I get not being available to actually participate in these, but if you're someone who's been eyeing things for a certain amount of time, maybe go ahead and pull an all-nighter or something. As much as I hate to say that, pulling an all-nighter for some Fortnite sprites, it is definitely a great time to go ahead and not only just get, the golden versions or gummy versions when that power hour happens, but to also get the versions you're missing like the 0-point sprite because of how much more common they end up making it. Now, of course, when it comes to the exact drop rates of like the gummy sprites, for example, aka candy sprites, that's what they're called in the files, that is something that when there isn't a power hour, we can't usually tell you because of the fact that Epic Games typically has that more server-sided, but at least as of right now, we do have pretty good drop chances that we're able to kind of clarify to you guys. So hopefully this video was informative, got you excited for the power hour that will be happening later today, and hopefully you get the gold sprite you've been waiting for, or maybe even the 0-point sprite, which hopefully, them making the 0-point sprite pretty common during this hour stops the whole reselling community. We talked about it in a previous video, but people spending like $10, $15 in some cases for certain sprites, it's absolutely insane. Now, I do know since I already have all the golden standards, I am probably going to take a little bit of a break from trying to farm sprites during that hour because I'm just trying to get the gummy sprites right now, and of course that'll be made a lot harder once this power hour actually goes live. Until next time, however, like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it, and I'll catch you champs and champions tomorrow with another upload, so until then, peace out.